You probably know Jennifer O'Neill as the star of Summer of 42, or as the face of CoverGirl for an unprecedented 30 years. But what you may not know is her heart for our heroes and their families, so much so that she welcomes them to her Nashville horse farm.
For the 4th of July, Hillenglade Farm organizing a day of hope and healing for veterans, active duty service members, and their families as well.
Jennifer O'Neill is the woman behind Hillenglade Hope and Healing, a place where horses help to mend invisible wounds like post-traumatic stress disorder.
I've seen veterans, these guys that have laid their life on the line for us, go over to my bigger horses and just, you can visually see them just melt.
This Independence Day, there are many men and women who served our country and are struggling to enjoy the events with their loved ones. New here at 6 tonight, News Channel 5's Adam Gassimi shows a special 4th of July program that's trying to change that.
Flat hands, sweet pea. Good job.
At first, it may just seem like a petting zoo, but when you look closer, there's a purpose.
Isn't he pretty?
Jennifer O'Neill started Hope and Healing at Hillenglade 5 years ago. That today connects two things: veterans and horses.
Being so gentle and large and powerful, there's something magical about the therapeutic wonder of horses.
O'Neill has seen veterans cope with war her whole life, from her father, who was in a German prison camp during World War II, to her ex-husband, who struggled with PTSD after Vietnam.
Oh, they're putting saddles on the ponies.
It's an issue Chaz Schaefer had to overcome after returning from Iraq.
When you're overseas and you're deployed, you're on the go all the time, and you come back and your mind's just racing.
Braiding stuff.
The idea is to put veterans like Schaefer and their families close to horses that just seem to understand. In just a few years, O'Neill says they've seen active duty and veterans work with their horses to overcome anxiety and fear.
They seem to be refreshed and renewed and restored.
Schaefer says with his wife's support, they dealt with PTSD and got past it, and hopes this program lets others do the same thing faster.
Cowboy! So I think if I had access to something like that when I had gotten out, I think it would have been a wonderful thing.
The organization is trying to raise money to build an indoor arena so future events can happen rain or shine. They also want to create a program for horse owners to help veterans all across the country.
Hillenglade happens to be the home of Jennifer O'Neill, internationally acclaimed model and actress. She hosted an event called Horses Healing Heroes and invited her friend, country singer Kix Brooks, out to help.
You just responded right away, so you must have a heart for veterans and our service members.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't think of anything more important, and especially on days like today. And these guys and gals have put a whole lot on the line for us, and I don't forget that.
It's nice to know that other people, care. There's a lot that, especially like my wife and the family that they go through, that it's good to see people that aren't in the service, that aren't associated with it, that they, just support us and support what we do.
It's great when people come up and say thanks for your service. But in my 80 years, there was a time when that was a given.
Just really exciting, and it means a lot to us, serving in the military, to be able to know that you're appreciated.
This is amazing, and the fact that they put this on, and all the free food and the music, and Kix Brooks coming out to play, the kids playing horses. I mean, the kids just running around having a great time. It's awesome because you don't really get that give back to community anymore nowadays, and when you do, it's a good thing to see, and it's thankful, especially on a day like today.
You can't just watch it on TV. You got to get in the middle of things that matter, or you're not going to have a pulse, and you're not going to feel anything. That's right. What living's all about, and these folks have put a lot on the line for us, and when you get to meet them and talk to them and share their accomplishments and their issues, it's something that we can't just ignore. You gotta embrace it for good and bad, and they put it on the line for us, so let's be there for them.
Well, I know that there's a lot, I was thinking today, there's a lot to complain about with our government and with whatever's going on in our country, but looking at a day like today, I realize there's so much more to be grateful for. There's a lot to be grateful
we need to
for.
give back for the service that they do and to support the family unit, which is so important.
Absolutely.
Because they're all warriors, every one of them.
Absolutely.
The only thing that ever protected this country that I know of is God and our armed service members. And so, we need to support them as much as we can.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again.
Activities with Jennifer O'Neill at Hillenglade are like no other, and you're invited to get involved. There are so many opportunities to partner and reach our heroes with hope and healing at Hillenglade. Visit hillenglade.com today to learn more.